I thought that I might give you an update because I just had my final portfolio review session with the lovely Zoe Tucker, and it was just really good. She gave me lots of things to work on, and so I am going to be working on redoing my town scene for my little seaside village that I did. Just reworking that a little bit, adding some more accessories and things that show more personality for my main character and his little chair scene, and then also adding some character descriptions and things on my portfolio website, and then doing some pose pages of my anteater and my caiman character so that I can show a different animal, you know, moving and doing stuff. So anyway, we talked about adding even a little bit more contrast into my work. That a lot of the illustrators I told her I really like use black a lot. Well, even behind me, you can see that that's Emily Winfield Martins, and she's got a lot of like darker colors in the background. But anyway, just trying to think of how I can work on potentially incorporating that idea when necessary. And also I was excited because she really likes my white backgrounds as well as the full color pages, and she says she thinks it's totally fine for me to do both. So yeah, so I have some things to work on, but it feels great to have direction. And I was really nervous this morning, but yeah, it went well. So anyway, yeah. So I just finished this little painting, just kind of to test out the idea of this little beach cottage. And I am just playing with more grays and blacks and working with a little bit more gusto. I used my Pentel brush pen, which I believe has India ink in it, and it creates these nice marks. And then I also used one of the tubes of paint that I do still really like, which versus like the inks I use a lot. This isn't it. This is but it's this brand, Winsor & Newton, of the Payne's Gray. I also used some Copic markers, and for the house I used my emerald green paint, but with a little bit of yellow added because I'm not sure if it's the exact color it should be, but I diluted it with water when I found out that this had been leaking. So anyway, I don't know. But yeah, so that was kind of fun, and I'm just gonna think about ways I would change it or maybe play around a little bit more. But I do like it. It feels a little different for me, but I had a lot of fun doing it and it felt very free. So that's kind of a good feeling. So I wanted to share with you guys a few things that I've done since that review, specifically working on adding in a little bit more dark contrast. So this is one illustration that I did with Copic marker, colored pencil, and pen. There's a little bit of graphite, but you can't really see it. And this is in my mixed media Canson sketchbook. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I could probably refine it a bit, but I just did this at the coffee shop as a fun experiment, but I'm happy. And I think that like you can just see how much the colors pop when you add this dark around them. And I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just not bold enough or what, but anyway, I'm just really excited. It's kind of just, I don't know, kind of fun and freeing to work with a little bit more oomph. And then I did this, which I ended up redoing, but this is the first one done on the same paper, and it's Copic marker, colored pencil, and pen again. I also use my Pentel brush pen for like the black detailing. And I really liked this at first. I did it pretty late at night, and then in the morning I woke up and I really wanted to try it in acrylic or gouache. I don't have that many colors of gouache, so I kind of did like both gouache and acrylic paint on watercolor paper. So this is what I ended up coming up with, and I really am really happy with it. I just think that like the lighting turned out better. The only thing that's a little bit bad about the acrylic I was using is that it's shiny. So in real life it can like kind of create this glare effect, versus like in the background this was mixed with some white, which was like not shiny at all. But anyway, I'm really excited just to compare the two. Obviously I didn't do any kind of patterning on her kimono this time, but I think that my lighting was more successful, and this is just the type of painting that I see a lot of the time that I wish I could do, like this kind of moody, dramatic feeling, and it's kind of hard to replicate with watercolor, I think. So I'm really excited with how it turned out, and I'm excited to do more. And only issue is that when I scanned it, this neon pink does not really show up in my scanner. I used just this. And that doesn't really show up, and I also used like my neon pink gel pen for like these little highlights. Oh, and I also need to fix this. Like I made her hands up there holding like this pole thing, this little hook, but I forgot to like make it go in between her hands, so I need to fix that, which I might just do on Photoshop. But anyway, so yeah, so those don't scan in. They become like more just like a soft blushy pink, but I still really liked it. So if you see the scanned version of this, that is why that looks different, because it just doesn't translate when it's scanned. And it probably couldn't print that bright anyway, because I don't have neon inks, and neon is like something you can't really mix very well. So but anyway, I am very happy with it. And then from this one I went on and I just did this other one really quickly just to play around more, because I had more of this paint. So it was gonna be like this whole scene. I still might finish this, but I was just kind of overworking this area, so I decided to just focus on this little bunny. And even though like I left the background white, painting him white with paint and like giving that little bit of texture, I think adds a little bit more dimension and makes him slightly more three-dimensional. I love this color. So this is what I was using for the kimono in this piece and also this piece. In this piece I did the shadows with paint, mixing in more of like a true red, but this one was Copic marker added onto it. And this is Deco Art Americana from Michaels, and it's Scarlet. So anyway, yeah, I just think that's a really fun orangey red kind of color. And then I finished it with my Pentel brush pen, which I will show you guys because I've been talking about it lately and I know not everyone knows what it is. It is this Pentel, and it's got this brush that, and it really is a brush. It's not like a foam thing in the like shape of a brush. It's really like little acrylic hairs. So anyway, it's really cool. I'm just learning how to use it and when to use it. So yeah, kind of exciting, just to see where this takes me. Sometimes I feel like when I'm starting to work with a new medium like this, I start to feel really guilty that I'm like abandoning watercolor, which I don't think I will ever totally abandon watercolor, but I am really enjoying the effects that I've gotten with this. So anyway, I just thought I would share. I'm sorry that I didn't post any of I don't have any video footage of actually painting either of these things, but I was really, sometimes when I'm just trying something new, I can't video it because then I end up messing up or I just feel too much pressure. So I just wanted to feel really free when I did this, but I wanted to share with you guys my process and how everything turned out.